explain why. One, you always have a goal to achieve no matter what. Every single day. Every single day you're achieving probably minute details on your physique. Whether it's more lines in your obliques, lower abs are starting to show, bicep veins, more vascularity, more looks. You can only look better on a cut. I guess the question is it sustainable? Can you adhere to a cut for a long period of time? The answer is, I don't know. You gotta try it for yourself, figure it out. People can't stand not being in a surplus because I feel like they're possibly lazy. They can't understand or comprehend the idea of not eating enough food to be in a surplus. But the fact of the matter is, I don't believe you need as much food as you think you do. It's like a psychological thing. You think, oh, I need to be in a surplus to gain muscle and strength. It's like, yeah, true, that will work, but is there a better number? Is there a number that you can achieve that will require you to have less food? Ask you, how do you stay lean? How do you do it? And all you tell them is, I'm eating as much as I need, I'm doing enough activity, I'm living a healthy lifestyle, and I'm happy to the point where I can stay consistent with this lifestyle. It only makes sense to continue doing this for a long time this way, as opposed to bulking and cutting, not being happy with where you are right now. You're wondering, isn't it difficult to stay lean all the time? Isn't it hard on the body? Isn't it taxing? Well, it is for some people. Let me give you an example. If you're going from one bad habit to another habit, for example, you're eating a lot of food, you're obese, and you're trying to lose weight, and you're trying to live a healthier lifestyle so you can look better and improve your life, then yeah, that's going to be very difficult. It might be so hard to the point where it's going to be a major obstacle from someone trying to get leaner or trying to lose weight. You're going from eating a lot of food every single day, being in this ridiculous surplus, and not moving around, to moving around, going to the gym, eating less. So that's a drastic change in lifestyle. But if you're kind of lean, you're kind of close, and you're trying to get to that like 8 to 10% body fat, then it's not as difficult. There's not as big of a learning curve. All you got to do is just eat a little bit less than usual, be a little bit more precise with what you're eating, and be even more diligent with your training. Be more intelligent with your food, and move around a little bit more. And that will make a whole world of difference when it comes to what your physique looks like and how your mood will be affected. You'll feel way happier, you'll feel way more excited, you'll see more lines, you'll get more recognition from people. People will ask you for advice, and whether it's more size, whether it's being able to pinpoint which muscle grew and which muscle is lacking. And you can start experimenting more with your training and experimenting more with your life than you could when you're bulking. Because when you're bulking, you can't see anything. You don't know what's happening to your body. You don't know. You're always in a state of what if? What if I was cut? What would I look like? How would I change? Is this working? Can I eat this food and be bloated? Will I not be bloated? What foods will make me look leaner than usual on a certain day? Like you have less wiggle room to play around with the variables of your life, which is your food, your activity, and your training. There's less wiggle room to see what works and what doesn't. Can't emphasize that enough. And I guess it goes back to what I was saying earlier, when people tell you that it's unsustainable to stay lean most of the year and gain strength and size, it feels to me like people are preventing you from even trying to do that, from trying to gain strength and size. Like no one knows if they can't build muscle while being leaner? No one really knows. Like, why don't you just try and figure it out for yourself? See if it works. See if you could be one of those people who people think is unnatural because they can gain strength and size while cutting or while staying lean. Just try it, experiment. Like, there is no, like, you know, there's no answers. There's no real answers in this industry. It's just try, see what happens, and move on. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But give it a go. You know, not everybody is the same. Everyone is different. So then when people tell you, oh, you can't do that, you can't gain size and strength while cutting, it's like they're telling you can't do that thing you wanted to do. Just like I said in my previous video. So experiment, try new things. You know, just because someone's famous and his advice is to not, you know, try to gain strength while cutting, does not mean that's the answer for everyone. You gotta try, see what happens. Be that one guy who stands out because he just disobeyed the norm. Be the rebel. See, shout outs to all the people at LA Fitness trying to get leaner, trying to improve their lives. Like, kudos, honestly, it's hard as hell to get in the gym and not feel like there's someone watching you and not enjoying or not appreciating the hard work you're putting in. You know, we're all trying to reach the same place in the end. We're all trying to improve ourselves. We're all trying to get better. If you're gonna tell me that it's unrealistic to do this and sustain this for a while, then I don't care what you think. To me, this feels like it should be sustainable. This is supposed to be challenging. It's not supposed to be easy. Like, it's not supposed to be like, oh, yeah, just track your macros and yeah, go to the gym. You can't just go through the motions. You have to be very active. You have to know what you're doing day in and day out. Like, I'm sick of people telling me like, oh yeah, it's easy. It's easy to do this. It's easy to just, you know, swipe your card at the gym, get in, change your clothes, do the same workouts you've been doing every single day. Like, that is not how it works. You have to know where you were. You have to know what to improve on. You have to know what your weaknesses are, and you have to take action. And that is not easy. Like, you have to be thinking, you have to be on the ball all the time. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little break from walking, but I thought this is a pretty view. So anyway, when people tell you that it's unrealistic to achieve a certain level of leanness, whether it's 10%, 11%, 8%, whatever, or even show percent, which is around 6 to 8% for some people, 8 to 10% for other people, they tell you it's unrealistic, that it's difficult to maintain this, and that you shouldn't do it. And it's like, fuck, if you're telling me not to do something that I wanted to do in the first place, you're doing one of two things. One, that I want to prove you wrong and do it, which shows that, you know, your ego is trying to fight that other person rather than what you really want to do. Or two, they're trying to tell you that they don't want you to do it and that you shouldn't because then you'll fail. And they're really telling you that you're weak and stuff, and it's not positive. It's like, it goes back to what I was saying in my previous video, that people don't want you to do what you really desire. People want not to sabotage you, but to kind of just cut off your dreams right there and then. It's not positive. It's toxic. So what I'm saying in this video is fairly similar to my previous video, but with a bit more context, a bit more details. And the details revolve around being lean rather than bulking. And the goal revolves around staying lean and not having to bulk all the time. Because I'd rather be lean 95 to almost 100%. I'd rather be lean 95% to 100% of the year than to bulk 95% of the year and then cut for 5%, look good for like 2 weeks, and then bulk back again for 2 years. It's like, that's not why I got into this in the first place. Being in a ridiculously high surplus for a long period of time, gaining a lot of fat, just to gain strength, assuming that the strength will give you more muscle mass, only to have to cut all that mass in the end to see what muscle or marginal muscle you've made. That does not make sense to me. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it. So I'm just gonna continue doing what I'm doing and challenge the status quo. Like, I don't want to be average. I don't want to do what every single other person who goes to the gym does by bulking, carrying their water bottle around, eating a crap ton of food, assuming that that's just what it takes to get bigger. Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to do it a way that not many people are doing. I know Grego Gallagher from Kino Body is practicing this method in his own way. You know, he brands it, or he markets his, you know, intermittent fasting for eating less throughout the day, fasting fuel for pre-workout, and his Greek god, superhero, and warrior programs to show that, you know, you need to constantly try to gain strength and size and performance to both maintain muscle, if not gain muscle, over while you're lean. So I would definitely say I'm practicing that method. And this is something I've realized over years of doing this. Now I'm like, wait a second, I don't like bulking. I don't like how it makes me feel. You're fooling yourself. You're doing yourself a disservice. Just do it. Follow every variable. Like, don't give yourself any excuse for not getting the ideal physique you wanted. Like, you want an ideal physique. You want a body that people wish they had, and that takes a lot of work. You know, when you make doing a lot of work a habit, it becomes easier. That's why you want to do this now. Practice now. Get better at building good habits now. And by good, I mean habits that are conducive to achieving your goals. It doesn't make sense that you wouldn't do this. So do everything in your power to achieve what it is you really want. If it takes tracking your food for a little bit longer, if it makes you a little bit late for work, then either wake up earlier or track it the day before. It's at this point, it's like there's no shortcuts anymore, you know? Like, macros was never a shortcut to begin with. It was just something to enable people. It was just something to enable people to think outside the box, to find different food sources to achieve their nutrient needs, their caloric needs. So figure out what works best for you so that you can achieve your supplementation, your training, your nutrition, your sleep, your happiness, your long-term goals. Like, do whatever it takes, because then that's what's gonna make you really happy. And then over time, the results will come. Like, they just will, because you're so happy, you're so excited to progress and get new results. But man, when you're fat, like, that just covers everything. Just, you can't do it. It doesn't work in this game. You can't be fat in this game. It doesn't work. Last thing I wanted to mention before I go is there are more pros to staying lean and cutting than there are cons. There's more to look forward to. You feel better about yourself. You're more positive, and there's more challenges that await you. You see more results in the mirror. Making your mind work harder. You surround yourself with even better people. And remember, guys, this is something I've kind of realized over 5 years of doing this. Walking around, getting stronger, eating right, tracking my macros, getting water, sleeping right, staying consistent. This stuff makes sense to me, and if this doesn't make sense to you, then it will make sense to you over time if you keep doing it. If it kind of makes sense to you, then ask questions for what seems to be confusing you. And if this makes perfect sense to you and you practice this every day, then that's amazing. Let me know that. Like, more people need to know about this. It's just, why not do it? Like, it seems like, to me, in hindsight, this is like how people should live. It's just like, it feels so much better. If you have the ability to integrate this kind of outlook on life in your current life, then your life can only improve. Alright, so this is my very first voiceover on the channel. I finally get to have a chance to talk about the specifics of my posing routine. And this is a very typical posing routine where I just show my abs from the side, tilt my waist in one direction relative to my butt or my lower body, so that I look like I have a smaller waist, which gives the illusion that I have a really big upper body, which is cool. But But mainly I'm excited more so this week from last week about my back progress. It's definitely getting leaner, and as you can tell, I'm just hyperextending my back so that my lower lats flare the most, and I'm definitely seeing progress there. Also, my side chest is getting more definition, and I've been able to maintain, if not gain, strength in this process. Just as I said earlier in this video about it is possible to gain strength while being lean. So if you guys like the video, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.